Buying a car should feel like a milestone, but too often it turns into a money loss moment. I've worked in the automotive world long enough to see firsthand how the smart buyers get played and which tricks are rising in 2026. Today, I'm pulling back the curtain on the 3 biggest car buying scams you must avoid this year. We'll dig into the tactics, why they work, and most importantly, what you should do instead. So stay with me because understanding these scams could save you thousands of dollars and keep you from regretting a deal. Let's start with one of the most harmful traps. Dealerships slapping on artificial markups above MSRP or calling them market adjustments. Here's what the numbers show. Typically, a vehicle's MSRP, you know what that means, right? Manufacturer's suggested retail price is the starting point, and the dealer's invoice cost is lower. According to Edmunds, the margin between invoice and MSRP is often just 3 to 8% in normal conditions. Yet in hot demand vehicles, you'll see markups of 10, 20, even 26% above MSRP. For example, Cars Direct found average markups of $3,700 or 9.9% over MSRP in some cases. Why this matters? You might think you're getting a deal because you're paying just MSRP or just a little over, but it could still be far above what most buyers or invoice audits show. Here are some red flags to watch out for. A separate sticker or line item reading market adjustment or dealer premium above MSRP. The dealer refusing to show or disclose the invoice cost or available incentives, and a model that isn't truly constrained in supply, yet you're told, oh, we're in short supply, so this is the price. Here's what you should do instead. Use tools like quotes.everymandriver.com. It's free to check the actual market pricing in your zip code. You can check invoice versus MSRP on sites like Edmunds or AutoTrader, and be willing to walk away. If they won't drop the market adjustment, find another dealer who will. Next up is one of the sneakiest, the add-ons and surprise fees that inflate your final out-the-door price after you've already committed mentally. Okay, a recent study found that 71% of used car purchases involve hidden or excessive fees, average around $640, and charges like unauthorized license fees, plate fees, transportation fees, or dealer prep extras routinely show up on the contracts. How's all this happen? Well, you see an advertised price that seems reasonable. You go to the lot. They show you the vehicle. Then they hit you with dealer dock fee, VIN etching, paint protection, delivery and setup charges. In the finance and back office area, they pressure you to accept the extended warranties, the gap insurance, or dealer prepped accessories. Now, because you've invested time, you feel like you're locked in. You may say yes just to get out of there. Here's what's really going on. Many of these fees have little value or were pre-installed without your request. The FTC flagged dealer reserve in financing as a markup not tied to genuine costs. Dealers may use obscure line item names to hide the true cost too. What you should do instead, before you sign anything, and I've said this many times, ask for the full out-the-door breakdown, price, fees, taxes, registration. Highlight VIN etching, paint protection, etc. and ask, is that optional? Show me the cost breakdown, because VIN etching has been flagged as an unnecessary add-on for years. Use quotes.everymandriver.com to compare similar deals in your area and see whether these hidden fees are unusually high in your deal. Finally, one of the most emotionally charged because it hits you after the fact, sloppy or unethical trade-in and financing practices. Here's some real-world context now. A buyer traded in a Ford Bronco and 1 month later got slapped with a $3,800 bill because her old car was recorded as upside down and not paid off. Dealers often push buy rate loans, but add a hidden markup to the interest rate which you pay. The FTC rule on this was recently overhauled. Here's some key traps to know. Oversized trade-in debt. The dealer may not pay off your old loan as promised. You get stuck now with 2 loans. High interest rates masked as approved loan. The dealer marks up financing and you may not realize the difference. Early termination fees or contract tricks. You may be locked into unfavorable terms that you didn't clearly understand. and pre-sold versus actual price. You may hear you're getting invoice pricing, but hidden incentives mean the dealer's real cost is lower. Here's what you should do instead. Have your trade-in payoff figure ahead of time. Get both your loan statement and confirm the dealer's payoff amount in writing. Shop finance independently. Check credit union rates before you visit the dealer. Get the exact APR and term in writing. Confirm there's no reserve hidden in rate. And use quotes.everymandriver to know what buyers in your zip code are actually paying so that you come in with data and power. These 3 scams, markup above MSRP, hidden fees and add-ons, and sneaky trade-in and finance tricks, are costing real buyers like you real money in 2025 and possibly in 2026. The good news is you can avoid them armed with knowledge, the right prep, and access to real pricing tools. You come to the table from strength. If you're ready to level the playing field, visit quotes.everymandriver.com. It's free, live data, and trusted by thousands of buyers to check dealer invoice pricing for new and used cars, trucks, and SUVs in your zip code. When you know what the dealer paid, you're not negotiating from weakness, you're negotiating from fact. That can save you hundreds, possibly thousands of dollars by avoiding inflated markups and surprise fees. So do your homework, my friends. Demand transparency. Don't settle. And most importantly, drive away feeling proud of the deal that you made, not burdened by what you didn't catch. Thanks for watching. I hope to see you in the next one with more car buying truth, expert analysis, and the tools you need to stay ahead of the game. You can save $50 right now on the Nuvio Recovery Chiller. It works with any tub, bathtub, cold tub, indoors or out. Just plug it in, set the temperature, and start plunging. Use my code below and grab your deal today. One final note, if you are in the market for a new vehicle soon, great. Connect with your local dealership and price and test drive at least 3 different vehicles. A vehicle's strengths and weaknesses can only be discovered when you are behind the wheel. My reviews can be good, but you need to test drive these yourself. Visit quotes.everymandriver.com, select the make, model, and your zip code, and you'll get invoice pricing in your area on those vehicles. Shop smarter with price quotes at quotes.everymandriver.com.